The rescues went on for nearly 10 hours. The people we talked to said folks are still in that apartment complex, people living on the 3rd floor who have decided to ride it out. But Elaine, everybody who wanted out has been rescued.
All right, David Begnaud. Well, so the mayor of Houston, David, as you know, announced Tuesday that water would be released from reservoirs to make room for coming rain. What more can you tell us about what that could mean for communities in those areas?
Well, look, I can tell you that everyone living in this area is afraid that that will cause further flooding. The Army Corps of Engineers has said, aside from having to release water, there are uncontrolled releases that are happening now and may happen for the next couple of months, okay? Water that's going to come out whether they're controlling it or not. So when you think about it, releasing water is one thing, but these people are equally as worried about reservoirs that may leak uncontrollably due to how much water is in there. Elaine, you can't even fathom. You can't even fathom how much of this city is underwater. I mean, look, we've gone from the south to the west to the north. There are detours everywhere, okay? The first responders are running into detours, right? They're trying to rescue people, and they're having trouble. I've got guys who are rolling boats who are calling me saying, how did you get in there? We're trying to get in there. Wow. It's a situation like I've really never seen. It
really is hard to get our minds wrapped around it. But David, you're there. You witnessed rapidly rising floodwaters while you were live earlier on CBSN. Describe for us, what was that moment like? And, well, for the people who were there, what is that like to live with that fear?
Well, so it came quickly, right? So we were on the air and we got there because the Barker Reservoir was near us and Buffalo Bayou had come up so much, and we were there to say, hey, there will be uncontrollable releases that are happening. And we're on CBSN and I'm interviewing a guy from Lafayette, Louisiana, where I actually grew up, and I'm in the process of asking him why he's there, and he's like, hey, because, I want to be a helper, right? I want to do what's right. And all of a sudden the cops start telling us to leave, and I turn and you can see water that's coming at us quite quickly that wasn't coming from the reservoir when we showed up an hour before. So exactly what happened, I don't know, but it was coming in, and it's interesting, Elaine, because in some parts of the city water's dropping, but in other parts it's rising, and where it's rising it's happening quickly.
Well, David, you have interacted with a lot of folks in the area over the last few days. I wonder, have you seen any kind of shift in attitude, from the very beginning when you were there, and now sort of the realization setting in of what their quote-unquote new normal is?
No, not at all. In fact, it stayed the same. And you know what it's been from the very beginning? Nothing but gratitude and nothing but smiling faces. I still come back to that cancer nurse who I saw, 48 hours ago, who was walking through water that was probably up to her hips, and she was holding her leash on a dog. Holding her dog on a leash. And I said to her, where are you going to go? And she goes, I don't know. And she had a smile on her face. And I said, why the smile? And she said, because it could be worse. Not one person, Elaine, has complained to me about anything that has happened here. Not one. That's just been our experience.
Amazing. All right, David Begnaud, incredible work out there. Thanks so much, David.
You bet.